welcome back to my channel. Before I go on with this video, I just wanted to say please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me and it'll help me achieve some of these goals that I'm about to talk about for my year. And if you want to see any behind the scenes like van build or anything else that I'm doing in my life, you can always support me on Patreon. And as always, I love you guys so much and your support means everything to me. So let's get on with the video. So it is 2023 and I've kind of taken the first week or so of the month to get my thoughts together. I'm not one to be like on the 1st of January, I am a new person and I am trying new things. I kind of wanted to ruminate on it and just kind of think about what resonated with me for this new year and also just things that I would like to see myself do in this upcoming year. So this here is my special notebook. It's like fabric, it's pretty worn down, but I've used less than half of the pages in it. I got this as a Christmas gift probably like, I don't know, 6 years ago. And it's got this really cute little flap and written inside is like every important magic thought or prayer that I have ever had in my entire life. This is going to sound crazy, but if you're here, you know I'm a little crazy. So everything that I write or manifest in this book comes true. Or at least I believe it comes true, and I believe in the power of this book, and so that's why I think the book works so well. Regardless, everything that is written in this book has come true, from travel plans to literally I wrote an entire description of my current boyfriend to a T, and here he is in the flesh, and he's written in this book from like 6 months before I met him. And I've written moves in here, like my goals for what I wanted my life to be like at a certain time, and it's all come to me. And I don't know, I just think it's really important. So this book is like a hodgepodge of manifestation and tarot card spreads that I like jot down the notes for, and also sometimes I'll just do like an entire journal entry, like if I'm feeling connected or if I have something that I'm asking like my guides for, if I need some sort of guidance in life from like my angels. And I know this isn't my typical content, but you know, I feel like you guys deserve to know what goes on in my little brain. So, if you know anything about journaling, you know that gratitude journaling is like one of the most important things you can do. I try to do it every single morning. It's a really good wake-up routine and it really sets the tone for my day. So I have 2 journals. This is my travel journal. For a couple of my trips, I've kept travel journals and I just write a little bit of what I do every single day in the journal. I bought this journal for my last trip and like it didn't really happen. I don't know if that's just because I hated my last trip and didn't really want to put that down on paper, but either way, I didn't really use it for that. So I'll use it for my next trip, but I have kind of like fleshed out some goals for the year, and then I figured I would put like the final draft into the magic notebook and we would kind of do that together, and that way I can also tell you like what my dreams and goals are for the year, because I feel like I don't really talk about that enough. Like I take you guys along on my shopping days or you know, things like that, but you don't really get to see a lot of what I want of myself. I guess a good place to start is work goals. So as you guys may know, I just hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Huge dream of mine, can't believe I reached that goal. And that being said, within this year, I really want to see myself reach 50,000 subscribers. I know it's a really big reach, but realistically, I feel like I just started taking YouTube seriously since October, and it's January now, so the growth that I've seen in my account in that amount of time, maybe I can do it. If not, I think it's kind of nice to reach for the stars. With that in mind, I really want to focus most of my work and creativity into YouTube. I'm taking YouTube as my primary career focus. Before, it was heavily driven on TikTok. I really feel like TikTok is not a concrete platform, especially with everything going on that you guys, I'm sure, can see in the media. We just don't know what's gonna happen, and also there's shadow bans. You're never sure when your content's going to be pushed onto their For You page, so it's really just unstable, so I want to focus my career into a more stable platform, and that's why I really like doing YouTube. I also feel like I can be a little bit more of myself because I don't have a bunch of random people coming across my videos that may not understand me or understand who I am. So I just really feel like YouTube has become my safe space in the last couple months, and also, I don't know, I just feel like long term, it's going to be better for my career. And while I think it's important to have like all of these work goals and like career-based goals, I think it's also really, really important that you have spiritual goals, so that's what we're gonna jump into next. I'm a very spiritual person, or at least I was. I go through bouts and spurts, as we all do. I find that I always come back to it when I really need it, and I've been feeling really, stressed out lately, I guess would be the term, for no real rhyme or reason. I think a lot of it has to do with, you know, I had a bad road trip, and then I haven't been doing my normal travel schedules. I feel like by setting these spiritual goals and like nurturing my soul a little bit, I'm going to help pull myself out of this funk that I like desperately need to be out of. My goal number one is to consume only good media. So I don't know if you guys know this, and this is kind of controversial, but I don't watch the news. My boyfriend loves the news and watches a lot, but it is just not my thing. As someone who suffers from a lot of anxiety, I found that cutting out news outlets really helped me stop my daily end of the world panic. And by having someone in your household that does stay up on the news, he's able to filter out and tell me only things that are need to know. Like, I know about the TikTok thing because that directly affects my work, even though I wish I didn't know about it because I like stressed about it for hours and hours on end the other day. Media can be everything. It doesn't just have to be news. So that would include like the books you're reading. I used to pride myself on reading Stephen King books and horror books, and over the summer, I just got to a point where I was like, why am I reading this? Like, I am scared right now. I am terrified. So I quit reading that. I stopped in the middle of one of my books, and I just haven't picked up a horror book since then. And I think that the same goes for like movies or like angry music. And I know that like a lot of people love that. And I'm not telling you anyone not to watch scary movies, not to read scary books, not to listen to whatever music you want. I'm just talking about my goals and what I am doing this year, because I'm trying to lighten up my brain and lighten up my heart. And I just feel like I really absorb any energy that I consume or am near, and I just like need to chill out. So that's just what I'm doing. I'm not saying these things are bad. I'm just saying I'm trying a different approach to better my life this year and better my brain. I've talked about journaling a lot on here, but specifically gratitude journaling. I take my journal every single day. Lately it's been this one because I actually lost the magic journal for like 2 weeks. I thought my life was over, but we found her. She's fine. So I've been gratitude journaling in here every single morning, and what that looks like is I kind of pick 3 things, and I usually get down like one whole page. Like I just write a little paragraph about each thing that I'm grateful for. A lot of the times it's like, I'm so grateful that I get to wake up in my warm house. I'm so grateful for this heat. I would be so cold without this heat. I'm so grateful to look out in my yard and see the lake covered in snow right now. Like things like that. Just like really writing down every detail of what I'm feeling and finding joy in something like very, very small. And then usually after that, I'll write my manifestations out, or my goals out. So I have like a shorthand list of like 3 goals that are the most important to me this upcoming year. And I'll like write those down, but in present tense. So I'll be like, I have 50,000 followers on YouTube. Like just for example, and I'll put those 3 things after my 3 paragraphs of gratitude, just to kind of, 1, make sure your angels know exactly what you want, and 2, keep those dreams and wishes and goals. You need to see them every single day, because I don't know about you, but personally, I can say all these things, and if I close this and put it away, I'm not going to focus on them, and they're not going to be my number 1 priority every single day. So if you're thinking about your goals constantly and thinking about what you can do to reach your goals, you're going to be more likely to reach your goals, you know? And then I'm gonna start therapy. I already looked into BetterHelp. I've heard so many like horror stories about BetterHelp, if I'm being honest, but I went through and like did the whole questionnaire thing, of course, because like I said, I'm trying to pull myself out of like this crazy thing. that I'm going through right now, whatever it is, I don't know. I'm looking into BetterHelp because obviously right now that's the most cost-effective route for me because I don't have health insurance, so I'm paying out of pocket. So that's just why that was interesting to me. Let me know if you've experienced anything on BetterHelp, and don't let me know if you've experienced something bad because that's probably the route that I'm gonna have to take. And then we're gonna do yoga and Pilates every single day. I've been pretty good about this. Originally, I really wanted to make my goal to like go to a yoga studio a couple times a week, but it does get pretty pricey. And I don't know if you guys have seen Yoga with Adriene, but there's also a couple other teachers that do Pilates classes on YouTube, and they're totally free. And if I do them first thing when I wake up before I even have coffee, then I'm more likely to do them. And then I can go do my gym workout with my boyfriend at our gym. And then my workouts are all done for the day. And now on to our final category. This is gonna be personal goals. So this is kind of fun. I really want to update my personal style. I want to find new aspects of clothes that I maybe haven't tried, ways of styling that I've never tried before. I actually just started a Pinterest board. I think I'm leaning like heavy into like bohemian, like kind of like rocker, like think like not 70s Western, but 70s like rock glam. So still cowboy boots, fringe, all that stuff, and like rhinestones, silver. I'm really into that. I think that that is more at the root of like all the small aspects of things that I like. Like I love the sparkles, I love the fur, I love the like velvet. So I just want to incorporate those all more and make it like my own twist. So I'm very, very new to Pinterest, but I will link my Pinterest account below. I don't know how all that works. I don't know if you make friends on Pinterest, but you guys can at least see kind of the style that I'm thinking. But I'm not looking to like buy a lot of new clothes. I really want to work with what I have, and again, at some point do a closet clean out because I just have like, 50 pairs of jeans, and I have recently decided that I hate jeans and I will never wear jeans, and nothing you can do will make me wear jeans. So like I just want to clean all that out. And the way that I do a closet clean out is I get all my stuff together, and then I ask all my family if they want anything, and then I ask all my friends if I want anything, and then I usually drop them off at Goodwill. But if you guys want the chance to look through them, I will consider putting them on Depop. So we will see. I know you guys are gonna wanna see my stuff. Also on my Pinterest, I not only have a clothing inspo board, but I also have a travel board, and it's just like, like couples on vans and things like that. And so they're just kind of like pictures that make me want to travel, and pictures that make me want to travel with my boyfriend, which is probably one of the things that I'm looking most forward to this year, is to be able to do more road trips with Kat. I already touched on this a little bit when I talked about how I want to consume more good media. So this says read more good books. So I've already downloaded Audible and have already listened to 2 very short self-help books yesterday while I'm building my dollhouse. And I know you're like, Emily, what? You're building a dollhouse? Yeah, during times of crisis, I build dollhouses. This is my 3rd one in my lifetime. So this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see. I built these windows. This kind of looks like a bird pooped on it because I got super glue on it. But yeah, it looks like this. I built all these stairs, and it comes in a little kit. Look at these little plants. That is so cute. And I'm gonna show you the best part of all. The best part of all is it came with this little tiny clawfoot bathtub. Someday I will own a home with a clawfoot bathtub. That is a big dream of mine, but that is not going on this goal because owning a home is for next year's board, not for this year's board. So I got an Audible subscription. I'm going to use that to listen to more books while I'm traveling. Normally, I just play my playlists over and over again while I'm driving for like 10 to 15 hours. And, I can only listen to so much techno. I feel like I want to fill my time with like usefulness and learning something. So like I said, I can use Audible to read self-help books, or I can use Audible to listen to anything inspiring. Right now, my uncle actually gave me this book. This is Living Untethered. This is the 2nd book in the series. The 1st book is The Untethered Soul. My neighbor is plowing, I'm so sorry. Anyway, this is the second book. The first book is The Untethered Soul. It was really, really good. So now I'm reading how to implement all of that. And you can kind of Google that book on your own if you're into spirituality. I thought the first one was really good, and I'm interested to read this. But I did see that this was on Audible. So I have a lot of van renovations, so I might just listen to it on Audible while I'm painting cabinets. So we're at my last goal for the year. This is my planner. My boyfriend is a tattoo artist and religiously keeps a planner, and I have never really had one, or never had one that I stuck to before. And there's only one way that you can safely integrate all of these things that I'm talking about, like the yoga, the journaling, and like scheduling all of my work things. Like I run YouTube, TikTok, Patreon, and OnlyFans, and I have to film and edit and post content for all 4 of those platforms multiple times every week. And the only way I am going to stay on top of that is if I use a planner. So if you didn't know, I was not on top of that until a week ago. And I write down schedule OnlyFans posts and then edit and post to YouTube. Like that's like one day of work for me. And then the next day will be like post on Patreon and film and shoot OnlyFans. And then the next day will be like film YouTube. So it's all things that kind of work together, because when I film for YouTube, I don't want to be creating Patreon posts and editing a YouTube video, because then I'm just filming myself doing nothing. So I've really sat there and like made everything work for me. Having a schedule, I think, is going to be the only way that I can accomplish all of my goals this year, because I, for once in my life, have a crazy schedule. I always took such pride in having nothing to do. I always said that I did what I did for work because I loved having nothing to do. And now all I have are things to do, so which might be why I'm a little bit stressed, but it's all gonna pay off, because I feel like got my ticket to freedom and I got my ticket to success, and I'm just gonna like ride it out and see how far I can take it. Like up until probably 4 months ago, I had like swallowed the pill that I would probably like never own property. Like I like told my mom, I was like, you know, it's okay. I just like know that, you know, my career, there's only so much I can further in my career. And now I'm like, why would I ever say that? Like, I'm going to smash through all these goals. I'm going to climb as far to the top as I can, because I can do it and I believe in myself. And I think it's silly to put this ceiling over what success can be for me. So that's why I'm setting all these goals, and I'm actually staying on top of them. And, you know, I've already crushed so many goals that I didn't even know were a goal. I'm really proud of the fact that I've been able to stay on top of these goals so far in the new year. And it can be really overwhelming. And I think that it's important to make like small goals, like drinking water is always a daily goal of mine. And it sounds so simple, but to be able to cross something off on your checklist, even if it's like shower, check, it gives you like that positive reinforcement of like, yeah, I crossed something off my to-do list today. So sometimes I'll like write things down after I did them and like cross them out on my to-do list, because it just like makes me feel better. Anyway, that is my little New Year spiel. Thanks for listening. I feel like it's weird to just be like sitting in one spot and talking to you guys instead of like dragging you around to do crazy things. I have a lot of van updates that are coming, but I'm waiting for things to be like shipped to me for me to actually do them. I'll be posting things as I do them and like giving you guys a full tour as always, because I owe everything to you and you are such a big part of my life, and I love you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.